Every object in your home tells a story, but some of those stories are quietly stealing your peace. After 60, it's easy to feel weighed down by decades of belongings, each tied to a memory or a maybe one day. But here's the truth. Clutter doesn't honor your past, it limits your present. Today, I'll share 10 powerful motivations to help you finally let go. These are not just tips, they're reminders that your space should serve you, not the other way around. By the end, you'll see how releasing clutter opens the door to freedom, lightness, and more joy in everyday life. After 60, many of us find ourselves surrounded by a lifetime of belongings, gifts from loved ones, keepsakes from special moments, papers we thought we might need one day. Letting go can feel almost impossible because every item carries a memory, a little piece of who we once were. But here's the truth. Clutter doesn't just fill your home, it fills your mind. It can weigh on your heart with guilt about letting go, stir up nostalgia that keeps you stuck in the past, or create fear of waste if you throw away something useful. If you've ever stood in a room and felt overwhelmed by the weight of it all, you are not alone. Many of us carry this same struggle. The good news? You don't have to face it with shame. By acknowledging these emotions and shifting your perspective, you can begin to release what no longer serves you and create space for what truly matters. Today, peace, freedom, and the joy of living in the present. By the end of this video, you'll have 10 powerful, life-changing reasons to release the things that are weighing you down. These aren't just tips for tidying up. They're meaningful motivations, designed to help you open a new chapter in your life. Each reason is practical, relatable, and rooted in the struggles many of us face after 60. You'll discover how letting go can lighten your home, free your mind, and bring more peace into your everyday life. And be sure to stay with me until reason number 9. It's the one that personally transformed how I look at clutter, and it might just shift everything for you too. Motivation 1. Clutter steals your energy. Have you ever walked into a room and immediately felt drained before you've even done anything? That's the hidden weight of clutter. Every object around you, whether you realize it or not, demands a little piece of your attention. A pile of unopened mail whispers that you should deal with it. A drawer that won't shut reminds you that it's overflowing. Even the things you no longer use or need quietly nag at the back of your mind. It's like carrying invisible baggage every single day. And over time, it steals your energy in ways you don't even notice. When your surroundings are chaotic, your mind has to work harder just to filter through it all. Scientists call it decision fatigue, the mental drain that comes from constant small choices, like where to put something, whether you should keep it, or what to do with it later. For seniors especially, energy is precious. We want to spend it on the things that truly matter, our health, our loved ones, and the simple joys of daily life. But clutter quietly chips away at that energy, leaving us feeling tired, unfocused, and even unmotivated. Now imagine the opposite. Picture waking up in the morning and walking into a room where everything feels calm and clear. No piles tugging at your attention. No shelves crammed with things you haven't touched in years. Just open space and breathing room. That kind of environment instantly lifts your mood, lightens your load, and makes your mornings brighter. It's not about having a perfect home. It's about creating a space that supports you instead of drains you. Here's something to try. Start small. Choose one surface, like your nightstand or the end table by your chair. Clear it completely, and only put back what you use daily or what truly brings you joy. Notice how the energy of that one small space feels different. You'll likely find yourself taking a deeper breath, sleeping easier, or even smiling more when you see it. That's the power of letting go. The truth is, clutter is sneaky. It doesn't just sit there. It slowly robs you of energy, focus, and peace of mind. But the good news is, every item you release gives a little bit of that energy back to you. And when you start to feel lighter in your home, you also begin to feel lighter in your heart. Because here's the secret. A clear space brings lighter mornings. And lighter mornings create better days. And better days add up to a more joyful, energized life. And that is something worth making space for. Motivation 2. Memories live in you, not in objects. One of the hardest parts of decluttering after 60 is the emotional weight of memories. So many of the things in our homes are tied to people, places, and moments that shaped our lives. a ticket stub from a first concert, a sweater that once belonged to a loved one, or a cabinet full of photo albums. It all feels too important to let go of. We often believe that if we part with the object, we're somehow parting with the memory itself. But here's the truth. Memories don't live in things. They live in you. Think about it. Can you still recall your favorite childhood meal? Or the sound of your parents' voices? Even without the physical objects tied to those memories? Of course. That's because the essence of those moments is carried in your heart and mind, not in the clutter taking up space in your home. Holding on to piles of belongings doesn't make those memories stronger. It often buries them under guilt and overwhelm. You don't need 50 photo albums to honor your past. You need presence to enjoy today. Instead of drowning in the sheer volume of things, choose to keep only what truly captures the essence of your story. Maybe that means selecting a handful of photos that spark the warmest smiles, or one heirloom that makes you feel closest to a loved one. When you let go of the extras, those chosen treasures shine even brighter, and your memories remain intact, safe in you. Here's a simple, actionable step. The next time you're faced with a box of sentimental items, pause and hold one in your hands. Ask yourself, do I remember this moment without the object? Does keeping it enhance my life today, or does it simply add weight? If the answer is that the memory lives strong inside you, consider taking a photo of the item and then releasing it. That way, you preserve the visual reminder without holding onto the physical burden. This process isn't about erasing your past, it's about protecting your peace in the present. By letting go of excess, you make room to actually enjoy the memories that matter most. You free up space in your home for laughter, visits, and creating new experiences instead of being stuck in a museum of old ones. Because the truth is, your past has already shaped you into who you are today. The love you felt, the lessons you learned, the laughter you shared, they don't disappear with a box or a drawer. They live inside you, and they always will. When you embrace that truth, you realize you don't need to cling to things to honor your life story. You only need to be present, here and now, to continue writing it. Motivation 3. Your safety matters. When we think about clutter, we often imagine it as just an inconvenience, piles on the counter, a closet that won't close, a garage that's too full to park in. But for those of us over 60, clutter isn't just frustrating, it can be dangerous. Too much clutter increases fall risks, and a fall can change your life in an instant. A clear path through your home isn't just about neatness. It's about protecting your health and your independence. Studies show that most falls happen right at home, in the places we know best. It's not the icy sidewalk or the crowded store that gets us. It's the hallway with a box, sitting in the corner, the bedroom with clothes on the floor, or the stack of newspapers by the door. When clutter blocks your way, every step becomes a little less secure. And while we may tell ourselves we'll be careful, all it takes is one small trip to cause a serious injury. But here's the good news. Every item you remove from your floor, your steps, and your walkways is like adding a layer of safety to your home. Think of it as future-proofing your space, making sure it supports you as you age, rather than working against you. A clear path means fewer chances of stumbling and more confidence as you move freely around your home. It also gives your loved ones peace of mind. If you have children or grandchildren who visit, they'll feel more at ease knowing your home is a safe, welcoming place. And if you ever need help, caregivers or friends can assist you more easily in a clutter-free environment. Here's a practical step. Walk through your home as if you're a guest seeing it for the first time. Notice where the clutter creates obstacles. Maybe it's shoes near the doorway, magazines stacked on the floor, or a low stool that never gets used. Start by clearing just one walkway, like the path from your bed to the bathroom. That single change can significantly reduce your risk and make your nightly routine safer. Decluttering for safety isn't about giving up comfort, it's about ensuring you can enjoy your home for as many years as possible. It's about creating a space where you feel steady, confident, and free to move without worry. Because at the end of the day, your safety matters more than any object. A vase, a pile of clothes, or an old box in the corner can be replaced, but your health and independence are priceless. A clear path doesn't just protect your home, it protects your life. Motivation 4. Every item you release creates room for peace. Clutter isn't just about stuff, it's about how that stuff makes you feel. Every drawer that doesn't close, every shelf that's crammed, every pile on the floor creates a background noise in your mind. It's like a radio you can't shut off. Even when you try to ignore it, it hums away in the background, reminding you of all the unfinished business in your home. And that constant noise robs you of one of the most precious things in life: peace. Now imagine this. You walk into your living room. Instead of being greeted by stacks of magazines, piles of blankets, or overstuffed shelves, you see clear surfaces and open space. You don't feel your shoulders tighten or your chest sink. Instead, you take a deep breath and feel lighter instantly. That's the gift of letting go. Every item you release isn't just making more space in your house, it's creating more room for calm in your heart. Peace isn't about having a perfectly decorated, picture-ready home. It's about walking into your space and feeling safe, supported, and relaxed. When we're surrounded by too much, our brains interpret it as unfinished work, as visual chaos, as stress. But when we clear away the extra, our surroundings send a different message. You're okay. You can rest now. Here's a gentle exercise. Choose one room where you spend a lot of time. Maybe it's your living room or your kitchen table. Remove just one category of items that doesn't serve you anymore. It could be old mail, extra knickknacks, or duplicates of things you never use. Once it's gone, sit in that space. Notice how your body responds. Many people are surprised to find they breathe more deeply, smile more often, or even sleep better. That's not an accident. That's the peace of simplicity at work. Think of decluttering not as a loss, but as a gift you're giving yourself. Each item you release says, I choose calm over chaos. I choose peace over pressure. And with every choice like that, your home slowly transforms into a sanctuary, a place that nourishes you instead of drains you. Because the truth is, your home should be your soft place to land, not another source of stress. And the more space you create, the more peace you invite in. Imagine walking into your living room tomorrow and breathing easier instantly. That's not a dream. That's the reality waiting for you when you let go of what no longer serves you. Motivation 5. Passing things on blesses others. One of the most beautiful truths about letting go is that it doesn't always mean loss. In fact, it can mean gain for someone else. When you release the items you no longer use, you're not just clearing your home. You're putting those belongings back into the world where they can serve a new purpose and bless another person's life. Think about that sweater tucked in the back of your closet. Maybe it's been sitting there for 10 years, untouched because it's not your style anymore, or it doesn't fit quite right. To you, it's just taking up space. But to someone else, that sweater could mean warmth on a cold winter night. That extra set of dishes you never use could become a young couple's first dinnerware. Those books collecting dust on your shelf could spark inspiration in a student who couldn't afford them otherwise. When we hold on tightly to things we no longer need, we often forget that those items could be out in the world making a difference. By passing them on, whether through donation, gifting, or even selling at a low price, you extend the life of those belongings and allow them to bring joy, comfort, or relief to someone else. And in return, you gain something too: a sense of purpose, kindness, and freedom. Here's a simple step you can take. Choose one category of unused items, maybe coats, blankets, or kitchen gadgets. Instead of letting them sit unused, gather them and donate to a local shelter, charity, or church. As you pack them up, remind yourself, this is no longer mine to hold. It's mine to give. That mindset transforms decluttering from a chore into an act of generosity. Passing things on also helps us let go of guilt. Sometimes we keep items because we don't want to feel like we're wasting them. But the real waste is letting them sit unused, hidden away where no one benefits. When you give them a new home, you honor their value and make peace with releasing them. And there's something else, too. You become part of someone else's story. That sweater, that set of plates, that book, they go on to live another life, connected to someone who truly needs them. Your letting go becomes their fresh start. Decluttering doesn't have to feel selfish or sad. It can be one of the most generous acts you ever make. Because every time you release something you no longer use, you're blessing someone else in ways you may never fully see. That sweater you haven't worn in 10 years? To you, it's just fabric. To someone else, it could mean comfort, dignity, or even hope. And knowing that makes letting go a whole lot easier. and a whole lot more meaningful. Motivation 6. Less cleaning, more living. One of the hidden costs of clutter is the time it quietly steals from your life. Every object you keep is something you have to clean, dust, move, or reorganize. And the more things you hold on to, the more hours you spend maintaining them instead of enjoying the moments that truly matter. Think about it. How many afternoons have disappeared into dusting shelves of knickknacks, shuffling piles from one surface to another, or trying to find space for items you don't even use? For many of us, especially after 60, our energy is too valuable to waste. We want our days filled with laughter, hobbies, visits with friends and family, or even quiet moments of rest, not constant upkeep of things that no longer serve us. Yet clutter keeps demanding attention. It turns simple chores into big tasks and makes cleaning feel like a never-ending job. Now imagine this instead: fewer items to dust, less laundry to fold, less paper to sort through. Cleaning becomes quicker and easier, leaving you with more time for what you love. Instead of spending an hour tidying up the living room before company arrives, you can spend that hour enjoying their company. Instead of stressing over piles of clutter, you can relax in a space that feels calm and welcoming. Here's a practical tip. Choose one surface or shelf that's always collecting dust. Remove the items and only put back one or two that truly make you smile. Pay attention to how much quicker it is to clean that space the next time around. That small change is proof. Less stuff means less work. Decluttering isn't just about creating a neat space. It's about reclaiming your time and energy. Think about how many years you've spent maintaining things you don't even love or use. Now think about how many more years you could spend enjoying life if you let those things go. Because every moment you spend dusting or rearranging clutter is a moment you could spend making new memories, visiting with loved ones, taking a walk in the sunshine, or simply enjoying the peace of your own home. Dusting knickknacks or shuffling piles might take hours, but letting them go, that gives you back those hours every week, every month, every year. And when you add that up, the time you save could be some of the most meaningful time of your life. Less cleaning means more living, and that is one of the greatest gifts decluttering can give you. Motivation 7. Your legacy is clarity, not chaos. One of the most powerful reasons to declutter is not just about you, it's about the people you love. At some point, every one of us leaves behind the things we've gathered throughout our lives. And when that time comes, our family is left to sort through it all. The truth is, decluttering now saves your loved ones from painful decisions later. Think for a moment about the boxes in your attic, the cabinets stuffed with papers, or the closets filled with things you no longer use. To you, they may feel familiar, even comforting, but to your children, grandchildren, or relatives, they may one day become an overwhelming responsibility. Imagine them grieving your loss, and then also facing the difficult task of deciding what to keep, what to give away, and what to let go of, all while carrying the weight of their emotions. By choosing to declutter now, you give them an incredible gift: clarity. You take away the burden of guessing what mattered most to you. You release them from the guilt of letting go of items they don't understand the meaning of, and instead, you leave behind only the things that truly reflect your story and your heart. Here's a gentle step to start. Pick one box or drawer and ask yourself, would I want my children or loved ones to have to sort through this? If the answer is no, consider letting it go now. If it's something meaningful, label it clearly, or set it aside in a place where your family can easily recognize its importance. That way, you're guiding them with love instead of leaving them with questions. This isn't about erasing your history, it's about highlighting what matters most. When your family looks through your belongings one day, wouldn't you rather they find the letters, photos, and treasures that tell your true story, instead of sifting through decades of clutter? Decluttering gives you the chance to shape the legacy you leave behind, one that reflects love, simplicity, and intention. It's not always easy to face, but it's deeply meaningful. Your decision to declutter today ensures your loved ones can grieve with peace instead of stress. They'll remember your kindness, your thoughtfulness, and the way you made life a little easier for them. Because in the end, your legacy is not the clutter you leave behind. Your legacy is the clarity, the memories, and the love you shared while you were here, and the peace you leave behind when you're gone. Motivation 8. Your home should serve you today. Our homes are more than walls and furniture. They're the places where we live, rest, and make memories. But here's the question. Is your home serving you right now? Or is it holding you hostage to the past? For many of us after 60, our homes are filled with decades of belongings, collected through every stage of life. Baby clothes from children who are now grown, hobbies we no longer enjoy, furniture that once fit a bustling family but now feels oversized and heavy. These things may remind us of the past, but too often they keep us from fully living in the present. If your home feels like a storage unit for what used to be, it's time to reset. Your space should reflect who you are today, not who you were 20, 30, or 40 years ago. You've changed, your needs have changed, and your daily life has changed. Your home should make life easier, not harder. If it's filled with unused items that demand dusting, take up space, or block your movement, then your home is working against you instead of for you. Imagine instead a home that truly supports you. A living room arranged for comfort and conversation, not crowded with unused chairs. A kitchen with only the tools you actually use, so cooking feels simple instead of stressful. A bedroom with space to move safely and sleep peacefully, instead of piles on the floor reminding you of unfinished tasks. This is what it means for your home to serve you today. It becomes a partner in your daily life, a place that supports your health, your peace, and your happiness. Here's an exercise. Walk through one room and ask yourself, does this space reflect the life I'm living now, or the life I lived years ago? If the answer is the past, consider what can be released to make the room serve your current lifestyle. Maybe that means letting go of exercise equipment you don't use anymore, or boxes of office supplies you no longer need in retirement. Freeing that space allows your home to evolve with you, instead of trapping you in old seasons of life. This shift is not about forgetting the past. It's about honoring it while still moving forward. You can cherish your memories and still make space for new ones. In fact, clearing your home of what no longer serves you makes it easier to welcome fresh experiences, relationships, and joy into your present. If your space is holding you hostage to the past, it's time to reset. Your home should reflect your life as it is today, a safe, peaceful, supportive environment where you can live fully and freely, because you deserve a home that works for you, not against you. Motivation 9. Freedom feels better than holding on. Let me share something personal with you. For years, I had a drawer filled with broken watches. Some were gifts, some had simply stopped ticking, and some I kept because I thought, one day I'll get them fixed. That drawer sat there, year after year, quietly nagging at me every time I opened it. Each watch wasn't just an object, it was a reminder of something undone. I kept telling myself I was holding on to them because they mattered, but the truth? They were holding on to me. One day, I made the decision to let them go. At first, it felt almost wrong, like I was throwing away time itself. But the moment I closed that empty drawer, I realized something powerful. I wasn't losing time. I was gaining peace. The space felt lighter, and so did I. The guilt was gone, the nagging was gone, and in its place was a quiet freedom I hadn't felt in years. That's what clutter does. It tricks us into believing we're keeping something important, when really, it's keeping us. We hold on because we're afraid of losing a memory, or wasting an item, or letting go of what once mattered. But freedom always feels better than the weight of holding on. Ask yourself, what are you holding on to that no longer serves you? Maybe it's a stack of old magazines you'll never read, kitchen gadgets you don't use, or clothes that haven't fit in years. Each one takes up space, not just in your home, but in your mind. Letting go of them doesn't erase their value. It simply releases you from the invisible chains they create. Here's a gentle way to start. Choose one small drawer, just like I did. Empty it completely. Hold each item and ask yourself, does this add peace to my life today, or does it weigh me down? Keep only what brings calm or serves a purpose. Let the rest go, and notice the feeling that follows. That sense of lightness is freedom. And once you taste it, you'll want more of it in your life. Because the truth is, clutter keeps us stuck. Freedom moves us forward. And when you let go of what no longer serves you, you're not losing anything. You're gaining space, clarity, and peace. I once kept a drawer of broken watches, thinking I was saving time. But the real gift came when I finally released them. That's when I discovered the truth. Freedom feels far better than holding on. Motivation 10. Simplifying makes room for joy. At the heart of it all, decluttering isn't about loss, it's about gain. When you let go of the excess, you're not just clearing shelves or emptying closets. You're creating space for something much more precious: joy. Every item you release is an invitation for more of what really matters to enter your life. Less stuff, more laughter, more visits, more light. Think about it. When your home is filled with too many things, it can feel heavy, overwhelming, even unwelcoming at times. You might hesitate to invite friends over because you feel embarrassed about the clutter. You might find yourself avoiding certain rooms because they carry too much weight. But when you simplify, all of that changes. Your home becomes a place of warmth and connection again, a space where people feel comfortable gathering, and where you feel proud to welcome them. And it's not just about social joy. Simplifying also makes room for personal joy. Imagine sitting in a favorite chair by the window, surrounded not by piles of things to sort, but by calm and light. Imagine having the energy to enjoy a hobby, take a walk, or spend time with loved ones because you're not weighed down by constant cleaning and reorganizing. Joy flows in naturally when the noise of clutter is gone. Here's something practical. Choose one space that you'd love to enjoy more. Maybe your dining table, your living room, or even your porch. Clear it of everything that doesn't belong and leave it open for life to happen. Then, use that space. Share a meal there, play a game with your grandkids, or simply sit with a cup of tea. Notice how much more joyful that moment feels without clutter stealing the spotlight. Simplifying is about shifting your focus from things to experiences. The objects in your home should serve you, not weigh you down. And when you make that shift, you realize life is not found in the number of items you own, it's found in the moments you create, the people you share them with, and the peace you feel inside. So, as you let go, remember this: you're not just making space in your home, you're making space in your life. Less stuff, more laughter, more visits, more light. And that's a trade worth making every single time. But that's nothing compared to the next one. Oh wait, this was the final reason. Which means now it's your turn to decide. What will you release to make room for joy? Imagine waking up tomorrow and seeing only what you love, what you use, and what truly brings you joy. No piles nagging at you, no clutter weighing you down, just calm, open space that feels like a deep breath the moment you walk in. That's the power of letting go. When you release what no longer serves you, you're not losing. It's the opposite. You gain freedom, peace, and energy for the things that matter most. Your home becomes a place that supports your life today, not one that keeps you stuck in the past. And that's a gift you deserve every single day. Which of these 10 motivations spoke to you the most? Share it in the comments. I'd love to hear your story and what you're ready to release. Sometimes, one simple reason is all it takes to spark real change. And if even one of these made you pause, reflect, or feel lighter, give this video a thumbs up. It helps more people like you find it. Don't forget to subscribe for more senior-friendly resets that bring peace, clarity, and freedom into everyday life. Together, we can create homes and lives that feel lighter, calmer, and filled with more joy.